Imagine wearing a garment that, unknowingly, is laden with a dark past, a past the brand prefers to forget, but that history constantly reminds it of. This is the story of Hugo Boss. In the heart of Metzingen, Germany, in 1924, a man named Hugo Ferdinand Boss founded a textile company. At that time, Germany was struggling to emerge from the post-World War I crisis. Inflation was rampant, and unemployment was a constant shadow. Hugo, like many others, was looking for an opportunity to get ahead. His workshop produced work clothes, uniforms, and sportswear. Nothing that foreshadowed the fashion empire that would emerge decades later. But the story took an unexpected turn with the rise of Nazism. In 1933, Hugo Boss joined the Nazi Party and began producing uniforms for the SS, the Hitler Youth, and other organizations of the regime. This was a turning point, a pact with the devil that would forever mark the brand's identity. The company grew rapidly, driven by contracts from the Nazi government. Hugo Boss became a key supplier to the Third Reich, a major player in the Nazi war machine. World War II brought destruction and horror. And, after Germany's defeat, Hugo Boss was investigated for his collaboration with the Nazi regime. He was classified as active and fined. His reputation was forever tarnished. He died in 1948, leaving a complex and controversial legacy. After his death, the company passed into the hands of his heirs. For decades, Hugo Boss remained a workwear company, trying to leave its dark past behind. But the shadow of Nazism was long. The brand struggled to reinvent itself, to find a new identity. The big change came in the 1970s. Hugo Boss decided to enter the world of men's fashion. He launched his first suit collection, betting on elegance and quality. It was a resounding success. The brand became synonymous with sophistication and style. Celebrities and businessmen began wearing Hugo Boss. The brand expanded internationally, opening stores in major cities around the world. In the 1990s, Hugo Boss diversified even further, launching lines of perfumes, accessories, and women's clothing. The brand became a global empire, a symbol of status and success. But the past was still haunting. This is where the myth, or rather, the controversy, comes in. To what extent was Hugo Boss a fervent follower of Nazism, or simply an opportunist seeking to survive in difficult times? Some argue that Hugo Boss was a convinced anti-Semite, an active member of the Nazi Party who benefited enormously from the regime. Others argue that he was simply a businessman who was forced to collaborate with the regime to avoid ruin. The truth is difficult to unravel. Historical archives show that Hugo Boss joined the Nazi Party at an early stage and that his company benefited enormously from government contracts. However, there is also evidence that he employed forced laborers during the war, a common practice in Nazi Germany. In the 1990s, the company commissioned an independent study on its Nazi past. The report, published in 2011, confirmed Hugo Boss's close relationship with the Nazi regime and its use of forced labor. The company publicly apologized for its past and established a compensation fund for victims of forced labor. Today, Hugo Boss is one of the most recognized fashion brands in the world. Its suits, perfumes, and accessories are sold all over the planet. The brand has managed to reinvent itself and overcome its dark past. But the controversy persists. Can a brand redeem itself from such a tainted past? Is it possible to separate the quality of its products from the history of its founder? Some consumers refuse to buy Hugo Boss products, arguing that the brand continues to benefit from its Nazi past. Others, on the other hand, believe that the company has done enough to repair the damage and deserves a second chance. The story of Hugo Boss is a reminder that the past always comes back. It is a lesson on the importance of corporate responsibility and the need to confront history, however painful it may be. It is a story that invites us to reflect on the complexity of morality and the difficulty of judging the past with the eyes of the present. Hugo Boss today represents luxury, sophistication, and success. But behind every suit, every perfume, resonates an echo of the past. A past that the brand tries to silence, but that will always be present in its DNA. A constant reminder that the decisions of the past have lasting consequences. Because sometimes, behind a simple logo, there is a whole story that few know. And that story, like it or not, is part of the brand's identity. Did you like this story? Subscribe to Myths and Brands and discover the secrets behind your favorite brands. Comment on what other brand you would like us to investigate.